The Whispering Hills of Galilee, a bedtime story inspired by Chapter 5, Gospel of Mark. Long ago, when the stars hung lower in the sky, and the hills of Galilee whispered secrets in the breeze, there was a small boat gliding gently across the glassy sea. Inside it sat Jesus, quiet and calm as the water rocked him gently, like a lullaby sung by the waves. The sun had just begun to stretch over the hills when the boat reached the other side. As soon as Jesus stepped onto the shore, a strange wind stirred the trees. From the shadows of the rocky cliffs came a man, barefoot and wild, with eyes that held storms. He had lived among the tombs, alone with the wind and the echoing cries of night. People had tried to help him, to hold him, but something deep inside made him restless, like a sea that could not be stilled. Chains could not hold him, and peace would not come. But when he saw Jesus, he ran, not with anger, but with a flicker of hope. He knelt before him, trembling like a leaf in the wind. Jesus looked at the man, not with fear, but with deep love. His voice, calm as moonlight, said, "Come out of him, you unclean spirit." There was a moment of stillness. Then from deep within, the darkness broke. The man cried out, and the spirit fled like a shadow chased by dawn. And just like that, the storm within him was silenced. The man sat still now, wrapped in a cloak, eyes soft with wonder. Birds chirped nearby, and the sun touched his face as if it, too, welcomed him back to the world. Jesus smiled gently and said, "Go home to your family and tell them how much the Lord has done for you." And so he did, walking back through fields where lilies bloomed, whispering his story like a soft breeze through trees. Later that day, Jesus returned across the sea. A great crowd waited for him: mothers, fathers, children, and old ones leaning on canes, all watching, hoping. Among them was Jairus, a kind man with eyes filled with worry. "Please," he said, falling at Jesus' feet, "my little daughter is dying. Come, lay your hands on her, so she may live." Jesus nodded, and they began walking through the crowd. The road dappled in light from fig trees and vines. But suddenly, Jesus stopped. "Who touched me?" he asked, his eyes turning gentle and curious. The disciples looked around, puzzled. So many had brushed against him in the crowd. But Jesus waited, and from among the people stepped a woman, trembling yet brave. She had been sick for 12 long years. Doctors had tried to help, but nothing had worked. She had crept through the crowd thinking, "If I just touch the edge of his cloak, I will be healed." And she had. Just a gentle brush of cloth, and the pain had melted away like mist in the morning sun. Jesus turned to her with kindness in his voice. "Daughter," he said, "your faith has made you well. Go in peace." She smiled, a quiet smile, full of joy, as the world around her bloomed anew. Even the birds seemed to sing for her. As they continued toward Jairus' home, a messenger came running. "Your daughter has died," he said, breathless. There's no need to trouble the teacher now. But Jesus turned to Jairus, eyes steady as a still pond. Do not be afraid, only believe. When they reached the house, the air was thick with sorrow. People wept, their cries curling into the corners of the rooms like smoke. But Jesus entered, took the child's hand, and whispered gently, Talitha cum, which means, little girl, arise. And just like that, as if waking from a dream, the girl opened her eyes. She looked around, blinked at the light, and smiled. Jesus turned to her parents and said softly, Give her something to eat. Outside, the sun dipped low, painting the hills in lavender and gold. The village quieted. Lamps flickered on in windows. The healed woman sat by her window with a warm bowl of stew. The once tormented man sat by his family, telling his story to his children. Jairus and his wife watched their daughter sleep peacefully, her breath soft and even, like waves brushing the shore. And Jesus? He walked beneath the stars, his steps slow and sure, as the night wrapped around Galilee like a blanket of peace. Far away, owls called to each other, and the wind told stories through the trees. Everything rested, everything was calm, and so, too, you may rest, little one, safe, warm, and wrapped in the same love that healed, calmed, and made whole. Sleep softly now. Let the whispers of peace drift through your dreams, just as they once drifted over a quiet lake and into the heart of a man who had forgotten what love felt like. If this brought you a moment of peace, feel free to subscribe for more calming content each day. Now, dear one, as you close your eyes and let this day slip away, remember the one who does not break the bruised reed, the one who heals gently, who teaches with wisdom, who speaks with calm. He is the Lord of rest, the comforter of the weary, the keeper of your soul. May your dreams be filled with golden fields and quiet streams. May your heart rest in the peace of knowing you are seen, loved, and called family by the one who walks through grain fields, still speaks truth, and always offers rest. Good night. Sleep peacefully in his embrace.